Welcome to the latest in our series of Creator Showcase videos. This time we're joined by our art director and one of our technical directors to tell us about one of the games they've made, Tumbleweed Ridge. Hi guys, thanks for joining us. Do you want to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your history making games and what you do at Unit 2?
Hello, I'm John Payne. I'm one of the two technical directors we have at Unit 2. I tend to deal with things like the scripting API and the editor. My background in games stretches back about 20 years. I started making adventure games at a place called Revolution. I joined Core Design, and then I joined Sega, where I first met Lucy. We've worked together a couple of times since, and before Unit 2, I was at a place called Radiant Worlds.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm the art director at Unit 2 Games. I work with a small, very talented team of artists. We put together the look and feel and style of the Crayta universe. I've also been in games for about 20 years and started at Codemasters along with half of the games industry, I think, and worked at Sega, Gusto, and Unit 2 Games.
So tell us about Tumbleweed Ridge. It's one of the games that you guys have put together for Crayta for launch.
Tumbleweed Ridge started out as a test of our save game system. We wanted to see what we could persist between sessions. One of the issues with doing a sort of always-on multiverse style of multiplayer is that it's hard to really carry stuff forward from one play to the next. So we wanted to really test the boundary of that by giving you something that persists. And the obvious thing to do was to give you a farm where you could place crops down, and then they would, while you were doing whatever else you wanted to do in the world, playing other Crayta games or just offline or whatever, the plants would grow and you could come back later and pick them. So it started off as a very soft, nice example of the save game API, and it sort of developed into quite a nice world once Lucy joined in and started putting art to it.
It was a long time in the making as well, wasn't it? Because it started off with like vending machines, and I think we had like a spade, and that was about it. And as we built props throughout the years, that we could then build like full scale farming.
Yeah, actually
environment
before we actually had any plants, didn't it? Which was a little.
We used to grow basketballs.
So what inspired you to come up with that particular mechanism as a way to test the save functionality?
I think everyone likes games like the old style Animal Crossing and even the new Animal Crossing, where it feels like a living, breathing world, whether you're there or not. Farming is a very sort of popular topic for that kind of thing. There are other ones we could have done. We thought about a sort of sim-style house, but there's something very charming about a farm environment. It evokes quite a nice atmosphere for people.
It was really nice to build those levels as well, because you want a really nice ambient experience. So we added some really lovely music from Matt Black and just made it as pretty as possible. It gave each corner of the farm area its own sort of look and feel. So one's foresty and one's rocky and one's lakeside. And it was a lovely game to build. We spent hours in there.
we also had some help from Ed Linley and Adam Oliver, two other people at Unit 2 Games, who expanded the game by adding another world to it. A lot of games in Crayta can be multi-world. This was a new feature at the time that we were developing. So they wanted to try making another world that you could go to, and the mine underneath seemed like an obvious candidate for that. So they added a new world, and they really sort of ran with that, making really nice mechanic of digging up metal ores and exploring this mine while trying to survive in there, because you can only stay in a certain amount of time. So we didn't want that to feel too arcadey, too pressured, but it's a sort of expansion on top of the fairly ambient, nice, calm farm environment on the surface.
So what are you both most pleased with in how the final game turned out?
I really like the ambient atmosphere that was created in this game. The day-night cycle makes it feel like a place. I like the different themes that managed to get in with it. It was a really fun environment to build.
Yeah, it was really nice also doing something that feels very cooperative. You can drop items for other players that sort of walk past. You can go and visit other people in the world's farms. There's 4 farms in each server, so essentially you can go and visit people that are doing their own farming. You can give them things, they can give you things. It felt quite a cooperative experience, which is a nice thing to get in a multiplayer system.
That's great. Thanks to John and Lucy for introducing us to Tumbleweed Ridge today. You'll be able to play that one as soon as Crayta launches this summer, exclusively on Stadia. In the meantime though, make sure you check out the rest of our Creator Showcase videos to find out about some of the other games you'll be able to play then too. And remember to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with all the Creator news and get alerts for our twice weekly live streams.